everyone, happy Sunday. So I'm making this video to follow up on the post that I made on my page last week. I had mentioned a couple of things in those posts, so please, if you haven't read it, please go ahead and read them. It will give you some more clarity as to what I'm gonna talk about today in this video. So 3 years ago, God placed an idea in my spirit, and I didn't follow up on it for for a couple of reasons actually. And thank God I've decided to take action on that idea because I think it's the right time. So I think it was fueled from me just working as a social worker in social services. I work with a lot of clients and their families and help them kind of navigate difficult life challenges. And by doing so, you kind of see how sometimes people take those tips that you help that you or information resources that you provide them, and it helps them to kind of be able to achieve their full potential, be able to do better. So I think that's where that has flowed from. But also, I've decided to kind of not just to go beyond my job, to go beyond the clinical setting, and now take this and begin to share some of this information and share it on my page, because I believe that a lot of them are valuable. And there's a song that went viral recently that said, "The nations are waiting, the people are hungry, oh, the master is in need of vessels. I pledge my allegiance to the one who has called me." Yes, I'm a child of God, and I know a lot of believers of Christ. A lot of times we have a huge advantage, even though yes, we learn about mental health and all this emotional health, but when you're a child of God, it gives you a huge advantage as well. So God is waiting for vessels for us to be able to not just use our talents or learning or training in just a professional setting. God is really waiting for us to take what is placed on our heart to be able to share with people outside of like a larger group. So I'm speaking to you. If God has placed an idea on your spirit, and you've been sitting on it, this is the time to take action. We want to hear about things that God has placed on your heart, either it's relating to mental health, medical, physical health, finances, whatever. Take action. Take action. I know this is out of my comfort zone, but I've just decided that God, who has told me to do this, is going to give me the strength to be able to do it. So in line with that, the topic I've decided to talk about today, and now I've posted a lot of topics on my page, but I will not be going deep into those topics all the time. Sometimes I'll just be talking around it, or just related issues that come that's associated with those topics. Now, one thing I decided to talk about today is vulnerability. Being vulnerable. I had to go in the dictionary and get the definition, and according to the dictionary, it states that to be susceptible to physical or emotional attack, and it can also be a potential harm. You are in a place where you're unable to protect yourself. I've come across a lot of people at work or just in general that just not open to the idea of being vulnerable. Now, I found two reasons that I feel that people kind of refrain from being vulnerable. I think one is just their personality type. Not everybody is open to sharing and just talking to people about stuff, especially when it comes to their emotions, sensitive things. And another reason is some people, they used to share their feelings, their emotions, or their thoughts, and they were it was used against them by somebody to hurt them. And because of that, they were like, you know what, I'm no longer sharing how I feel to people. I'm no longer sharing my weaknesses to people, because that way now they can take it against me, they can use it against me. So personality and being burned in the past can be two reasons why people refrain from being vulnerable. But guess what? If you're somebody that loves to connect with others or love to share things with others to either help them or whatever reason, and you decide to stop something because of what somebody did to you, that's like you giving that person power, giving that thing power. This is the time for us to take our power back. Take yourself back, because I'm an advocate for just being able to achieve your full potential in life. And when you've let somebody take your power, it's kind of like, are you really in a place where you're achieving your full potential? Now, I'm here to give some strategies that can help you if you're somebody that's open to be vulnerable, and you're just decided to stop either because you're shy or because it's been used against you in the past, and you want to get back to a place of being able to be vulnerable. Some strategies that can help you. Number one, I have my notes here, so if I'm picking, that's what I'm doing. Number one is the environment to where you share, or the setting. You have to be, for you to get back to a place of comfortability, you have to be, strategic about the environment. And what I mean by that is, you have to trust the person you're sharing this information with. You have to trust them. If you don't trust them, then you don't feel safe to be able to do that. Number two is the timing and the purpose of why you're sharing. The timing is important. Is there a reason why you're sharing? You just don't want to go around sharing information that nobody's asking about. Is there a reason? Is there a purpose? Are you trying to connect with somebody? Are you trying to help somebody out of their own situation? So what's the purpose? I always tell my sister that whenever I decide to share something sensitive about me with somebody, there's usually a reason why I do that. There's usually a reason. Number three is the length of what you share. You are decided. Remember, this is a strategy. So you are deciding to share with somebody. So you have, you are able to kind of control how much of what you share. You don't have to share everything, because you're getting into the place of being comfortable to do this. So you don't need to share everything all at once. Maybe just share just enough that would help in that moment, and then maybe later you can be more comfortable to share a lot more, but just share just enough. Some of the benefits of being able to be vulnerable or open to the idea of vulnerability, there are many, but I'm just going to be sharing a few. Number one, it builds trust. Somebody that is able to be vulnerable, sometimes it helps people to say, oh, this person is a real person, this person is authentic, this person, and then it helps you to connect with other people. It helps people to just kind of be able to say, wow, so somebody else out there is going through something that I'm going through. You don't feel isolated. You don't feel alone in the world. Number two is it's freeing. A lot of us kind of have burdens in our heart, and we don't ever want to share. We don't know how to share, and it kind of hinders us from being well. Just you feel sick because you're just holding on to this burden. The last one that I have is sometimes it helps you get answers. Sometimes when you share with somebody, you might have something that you've been looking for the answer, and then it helps you to find the answer in that conversation. So I just thank God that I'm able to take action at this time regarding this idea that God has placed. This is my first video. I just want to say I thank God for my parents, my biological parents, my spiritual parents, my sister, because my sister she works in healthcare, so we share a lot of ideas, we bounce off of each other, and she just encouraged me to go ahead on this journey, and my spiritual parents and my parents as well. So I just want to say that these tips that I've shared, or strategies, whatever you want to call it, I hope it helps somebody out there. I'll see you next time.